Ya'u Uma E Uda. What's goody to the goddess and the gods, and what's popping to my people. And well, for those of you expecting me to say Happy New Year, well, no, never mind. Nobody here is expecting me to say that. Nobody here is expecting me to say Happy New Year, so whatever. Well, now, hold on, let me get my situation situated. How you be? How your mama them? How your baby now? How your auntie uncle now? What y'all do? What y'all do? I know y'all went and spent all your hard-earned money and gave it to every white person with a place of establishment. I know you did. That's okay. Well, no, I ain't finna tell that lie. This is not the judgment-free zone. We judge over here. We judge the shit out you. Just so we're clear on that. And for y'all that be saying stupid shit like that, I don't judge people. People free to be who they want to be. No, they not. Because some people just want to be a fucking asshole. And you're not free to do that in my presence. So, y'all say a lot of cliche shit that you just think you supposed to say, but it don't really make sense. This is not a free country. You're not free to say and do whatever you want to do. Actually, you're not even free. Period. We ain't got to put the amenities on it, what you're free to do, this, that, and the third. You're not free at all. So, can we, the screen, Ya'u my, peace to my queen. Peace, Queen Ya'u. Okay, we got it right there. All right. So, yeah. Back to y'all. Y'all ain't free to do shit. So stop lying to yourself and stop lying to other people who trust you and think you smart. You're not free. You're a slave. Oh, Black Dave in the building. What's up, guy? How you feeling, King? How you feeling, King? My brother, how you doing? Al, what's going on, God? We gonna get really, really, really busy tonight. I'm just gonna let the numbers do what it do, and I'm gonna stop paying attention to that because they be lying. We did the Christmas thing, hit down at 500 that night. All I ever seen was 2 people watching the whole night. Oh yeah, we back, God. I had to oh my goodness, hey, Sean Plank, that's my little brother, man. Hey, Black Dave. Sean Plank was here when it first started, about 8, 9, 10 years ago or some shit. Hey, but no, yeah, man, we started the new year, man, doing a lot of observation and shaking things up and trying to decide which way we want to go. We gonna keep, and then y'all know the link anytime. Oh yeah, man. Anytime we up here on Sundays, the link it should be in the chat. Anybody welcome to come up here and chop it up with me, voice an opinion, address the topic. Because I'm telling you right now, hit the like, hit the share, because I'm about to deal with your big head ass friend Megan or Marvin, whichever one we dealing with, I don't know. Now, I've been told y'all, don't start looking at me sideways like, oh, you bogus for coming at Meg. Fuck Megan or Marvin or whoever the fuck that is. I never liked her or him anyway. And I know what y'all thinking. Why he keep calling Megan a man? Because I'm not sure if Megan is a man. And if so, that's fine. I just don't know. And y'all be having this big thing about addressing y'all properly as your proper gender role or whatever, your proper gender identity. Well, I don't know his or hers. So I'm forced to flip-flop back and forth. But y'all know how I'm talking about Bigfoot ass Marvin or Megan. Anyway, Now, I'll be the first to admit I was wrong. I am man enough to come before my people and admit I was wrong. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you initially what I thought happened. I figured at some point, maybe like in the back of the whip that night, they got to trying to get it in a little bit. And then your boy Tory went down and found out Megan was Marvin and started busting. That was one scenario. The wifey kind of helped me with that one. But then I had a different scenario. I had a scenario like maybe they got into an argument. You know Tory little as hell. And you know how these rappers be, bitch, watch your mouth. And then Marvin was like, nigga, what? And probably stole on him. Bow. And then Tory was like, did this nigga just hit me? What the fuck? And then, so Tory like, nigga, did you just bow? And then I figured Marvin probably pieced him up. Back, back, back. And then he was like, what the fuck, nigga? Bow. That was what I thought. So I figured Tory found out Megan was Marvin. Marvin fired on him. Bow. Tory ducked and tried to say some slick shit. Got pieced up with a bing, bing, bow. And then Tory was like, what the fuck going on? Nigga, I'm finna grab the strap. So then Marvin tried to get up out of there, but Marvin had on heels. So you know a nigga can't run in no heels. So he tried to slide in the heels, and then Tory up banger, because you know, most of these rappers never really shot nobody. So this Tory, he done had the banger for years. He never actually had a chance to use it. So he didn't know what to do. So he was like, bitch, dance. Because he seen that in the movie. What was the movie where they did that shit at Harlem Nights? He seen that shit in Harlem Nights. He was going off the cuff. He said, fuck it. Bow. He busted the concrete. Ricochet, hit Marvin. There we go. That's what I thought. I know y'all like, damn, there's a lot of action in that. This is what I thought happened for real. Hey, I once thought I was the only child. My imagination is off the chain. So either way it go. Now, I'm still not ruling out that my scenario was in there somewhere. I ain't ruling that out. So I don't want y'all to think I'm just completely saying that it didn't go down like that. I got a partner doing 40 years right now for the same thing. Got back at the crib with the shorty. They doing a little makeout session. He go down and find out it's Marvin. Bow, still on him. Then Marvin roommate come out like, let him go. And then, what? Oh, you two, both of y'all trying to jump me? Bow, bow. And he shot the whole house up. He doing, true story. He doing 40 years right now because of some people that should have been Megan, but they was Marvin. So I'm just saying, that shit, that's a dangerous game y'all be playing. You's a boy, Damon. That's a dangerous game y'all be playing. You can ruin. Now look, Tory Lanez could be finna do 22 years and getting kicked out the country all because Megan was Marvin. Is that really his fault? I'm just saying. This the type of shit. See? My homegirl Molly thought the same thing. It's not that far-fetched. Now, so with that being said, I don't know for sure if everything kicked off because Megan was Marvin or Marvin was Megan or however they go. I don't know. But I will say this. Everybody who riding with Megan, fuck you. And I'm going to tell you why I said that. Because, yeah, Tory just picked up Suge Knight's lawyer. So, let me tell you how I feel about Tory Lanez picking up Suge Knight's lawyer. I used to think Adrian Broner, like a lot of people, was the next Floyd Mayweather. He had rap lyrics, he had the flash, he had the jewelry, he had the little swag, he was funny, and he was knocking people out. And then it came to a point in his career where every time he got into a fight that was relevant, he got his ass whooped. So I took y'all through all that to say this. At this point in life, I wouldn't bet $5 in a bucket of fried chicken on Broner. Not because I don't like him, just because nobody in their right mind puts their money on the loser. You see where this thing is headed? Suge Knight is in prison right now, growing gray hairs out his motherfucking earlobes. The last thing on the planet I want is the nigga that defended him. Just my thoughts. I'm not going to hire nobody that got his ass whooped in his last major case to help me win my case. And I just got my ass whooped. It stands to reason. I don't like it. I don't like it. Now, he could have some inside information that I'm not aware of. And in that case, that's what's up. But from where I'm standing, I don't want Suge Knight fucking lawyer. Because Suge Knight's lawyer wasn't smart enough to say, how come ain't no fucking audio right here? Suge Knight's lawyer wasn't smart enough to say, wait a minute, how come the only footage we got is the footage that make my client look guilty? Won't you show me the footage of what happened right before he ran niggas over? Suge Knight lawyer wasn't smart enough to bring that up. So I don't want him. No, thank you. You can keep him. Please hit the like. Please hit the share. Hey, y'all, everybody on the book, I'm finna show y'all where we at. We on YouTube, Misinformation Nation. Y'all come over here, y'all can get the visuals and the videos, because I'm finna kick off the visuals and the videos in about 5-10 minutes. Okay, now, so I don't want to fuck with Suge Knight lawyer. And I agree, Black, it looked like a play, but I'm finna show you this whole thing was a play. And boy, when I get to the bottom line, all I can tell y'all is this. I've been more so in I fell out of love with, for everybody who don't really know me, anybody from my city that know me, rap is my life. I've always been addicted to the studio and hip hop and rap music, and I'm a bar king, but I fell out of love with it damn near 10 years ago, at least about 7. And I've been harping on it, but in 2022, more than any year ever, I bagged on hip hop hard, the most. And I was going to say tonight, like, it's almost like a fucking, I don't even want to say it. No, fuck it. This Misinformation Nation. We say it how it go. It's almost like a mental defect. Like for instance, this is perfect. All the time I be seeing more so than ever now, I see Black folks always talking about mental health. First of all, I never seen people so happy to say something's wrong with us. Like, we proud to say something's wrong with us. All the time we like, yeah, mental health is real. We're not dealing with mental health in our communities. Mental health. We pointing at the wrong shit. The same people that'll tell you we need to deal with mental health in our community or get right off that post where they posted that, go get in their vehicle and listen to rap music. And I ain't talking about Talib Kweli type shit. I'm talking about they'll go from sitting on Facebook, posting some positive black girl magic. You know, we need a unapologetically black, and I'm woke all year. All of this shit we got going on. And get right off of them posts and go listen to bitch nigga fuck you, sell dope, Papa Zan, suckle this, and if he ain't got no money, he can't eat the nana. All of this bullshit. That's our mental health issue. Zone 1, what up, God? That's our mental health issue. We looking at the wrong shit. You looking at mental health as children getting bad grades and being disruptive in class and little black kids shooting each other. That's not mental health. Those are side effects of trauma. See, we don't never like to call it what it is. That's a side effect of trauma. The real mental health is how I just said I don't like rap music and 4 people left. You see, the real mental health is when you believe that you could listen to negative shit about your race from people in your race on a continuous basis every day, and it won't affect your behavior. That's a mental health issue. Let's put it this way. If a child grow up in a household and constantly being told that they'll fuck up and they never gonna amount to nothing, does that affect that child's behavior along the way? Simple question. If a father or a mother is verbally abusive to a child every single day, all the way up, we'll say every single day from the time they get in kindergarten, now fuck it, we'll say from elementary school all the way until high school. If a parent day in every single day at some point of the day is verbally abusive from elementary school all the way to high school. If you know better, you do. If you knew better, you do better. Absolutely, God. Now we all know, or we should know, if a child is being verbally abused on a regular basis, that's going to affect that child's behavior and productivity and how that child relates to the world. This is a no-brainer. Okay, so when you hear these lyrics that tell you, and y'all got this thing where you block it out like it don't affect me like that. Like, look at your fucking lifestyle. You sit around and you wear what the rappers wear. Your conversation, your car, all of this shit, you do the same thing they do. And then you'll have a discussion with me and tell me that shit don't affect me. This is nonsense. So this music, we know you're going to party. You're going to do some drugs. You're going to talk about the jewelry, talk about the cars, talk about the clothes, talk about the beautiful women, but you're gonna call them bad bitches, or stupid bitches, or dumb hoe. And then the female, sorry ass nigga, broke ass nigga. See, how can you got, let's take a Megan Thee Stallion. We like to cap it off and say the number one female artist. Let's stop playing these games. That's the number one artist. Period. The number one artist, male or female, is Megan Thee Stallion. So if the number one rap artist in America is Megan Thee Stallion, at the last award show, she dressed like Satan, or a little devil with the all black and the cloak and all that type of shit. Show me the last video where she wasn't half naked with her ass hanging out. Y'all gonna say she grown, she can do what she wants. That's not the point. Pay attention. We're looking at the number one rap artist in America. And when I say number one, we talking about sales, we talking about visibility, we talking about, okay, so now, if that's the case, the only way you get to be the number one artist in America is because you are impressed, you are the impression you leave on other people. You are what people are aspiring to be like. So when you see Megan Thee Stallion being the number one, that means she has millions of young ladies that aspire to be like her. If they didn't, she wouldn't be number one. That's how you get to be number one. People wanting to be like you and saying, hey, you that person. So now what we have to look at is the young ladies that's coming up while this music is permeating all through the world. And it's all about broke ass niggas. If he ain't got no money, he can't get none. Just give me some head and get away from me. You bitches ain't good enough to be nowhere near me. I'm better than all of y'all. This is what the lyrics are saying. And so this is what is going through our society. And I'm not going to pick on Megan in that aspect. I'm using her as a springboard because, I mean, you know, it was many that came before her. She's not doing nothing but following the trend. And I'm going to get to that. But so what I'm saying is this poison goes to millions of homes. Yes, little girls want to be strict. Do what they feel like. Knowing better doesn't necessarily change behavior. That's that's just some old slick street shit that we say. If you knew better, you do better. I used to say it all the time. It just means a lot of people move out of ignorance is what the brother trying to say. So that knowledge will make you move different. And little girls want to be like strippers, and that's sad. The aspiration for the black community, you got to think about it. Young black women at an early age are aspiring to find a way to use their looks to get what they want. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't see from, I'm so sorry. My apologies, Queen. I can't see from back here. So it's sad because there's no aspirations past that. You got a couple that want to go to the WNBA, and the rest want to find a way to use their body to get what they want. Because you got to look at what's being pushed. This thing called the American dream, but you pushing it. Hey, that's a good point, Black Dave. I'm finna deal with that. I'm finna deal with that in 1 second. You got so you got to look at this thing now. So if the young, if they're telling you the American dream, this is what they pushing. You know, have an education, have a nice house, have a nice car, go to college. Okay, well now, when you start on a community level, we already know because of the redlining and shit like that. Everything in your communities, the urban Black communities, is going to be of lower quality. The food, the education, it take you forever to get books in these communities. This is intentional. This is not a poor me story. We talking strategy. This is done strategically. This is done strategically because if you're to accomplish this American dream, okay, well, you're starting from behind with lower education. And so when you got peace, Queen. So when you got lower education, and then you got to think about it like this right here. So now I remember sitting in a class, and this is why you skip class and fuck off, because there's no motivation in these classrooms. So now you're on the flip side, listen to what you're listening to in your community. Get the money, get the money, get the money. And now on the other side, the young children from other ethnicities are being taught how to get the money because they're coming from families and structures where the money is already being gotten. They're coming from family structures, economic structures, business, college level things. So they're moving you into a space immediately of how to get the money. Now, in your community, get the money is a whole different thing. In your community, get the money is gold chains, fancy cars, rims. And think about it like this right here. You go into what you call urban communities where we know it's lower budget and we don't really got money like that. But you see these cars with the rims, you see Lexuses, Benzes, rims, all this gold chains, all this type of shit. But you go to the suburban neighborhoods where you know they got 10 times more money and you don't see none of this shit. You don't see no cars with no rims. You don't see no sounds. You don't see none of this shit. So you got to think about this. For our people, wealth is visible wealth. For other ethnicities, wealth is generational wealth. So our concern is with the immediate physical, what you can physically see and be impressed with. Their definition of wealth is what they can physically control and pass down. So now you got to think about, and then I'm going to get to what Black Dave said. Hip hop, no. The Black American is the only race of people on the planet where their music degrades their men, women, and children. There's no other race on the planet. You don't hear any other form of music where the men call their women dumb bitches and whores. There's no other music that does that. There's no other music where the men who are the leaders glorify horrible behavior, not being present for their children, and all this type of see, like we don't understand when we making these rap songs and we like, fuck my baby mama. I got 3 baby mamas, I don't fuck with none of them, all these type of lyrics. You're not understanding what that says. That's 3 different children you made, and you're not in all 3 households. You care about how you feel, but how is this whole scenario about to affect the child? This is a cycle. So now let's deal with what Black Dave said. You had hip hop had got to a space because Black America had got to a space. And that's why I be saying to these brothers who be hip hop has always talked about certain shit. So the drug aspect, using and dealing, has always been in hip hop. But for all the brothers who be saying we not African and we not from Africa and shit like that, I need y'all to understand, brothers and sisters, I need y'all to understand. It wasn't like we knew we was from Africa it's not like we knew we was from Africa and they always been trying to hide it from us. We initially didn't have a fucking clue where we was from. So to get to the space to call ourselves African, that was a movement that we kicked off on our own because we started becoming self-aware. And then that music that Black Dave is talking about, all of that shit started hitting hip-hop because we start, as the education in the 80s, all those, y'all got to understand, the 60s, 70s, or more like the 70s and 80s, was a lot of debates. After the civil rights movement, and they still was treating us weird and all that type of shit, it was a lot of intellectuals was where it was at. Every day, Black folks got up in this country understanding this is a fight, this is a movement. That's why it was power to the people. Right on, brother. We understood that we had to get up and fight for whatever we wanted in this country. So we didn't get up and play video games. We got up and fought the struggle. So my point is, we had to fight for more education. We had to fight to learn certain shit. So then, as we grasp a hold of this certain shit, we start teaching them like, yeah, we Africans. We from that was something that spiraled. And so we got to stop being ashamed to connect ourselves with Africa. Now, that by no means says that this ain't our shit too. That's where y'all got me twisted at. I don't say we got to be African or we got to be Aboriginal American. We both. We whatever the fuck you can think of. And the thing about it is, there was this information, this education was starting to seep into everything we doing. So if we gonna make music and we starting to find out that we kings and queens and we learn, of course we gonna slide that in there and start saying, hey, okay, boom, boom, boom. This is what it is now. And that, so you start getting Poor Righteous Teachers, Boogie Down Productions with KRS-One, X-Clan. You start getting oversaturation in the late 80s or early 90s of conscious hip-hop. So now, what you have to do is, what I said last week or a couple weeks ago is what they specialize in is getting ahead of the curve. Poor righteous teachers was hot. And so what they do is they see what we up to, see what direction is headed, then they get ahead of the curve. So now, the first move was take control of hip hop. This too much money for these young black motherfuckers. And since they can't get the music all over the country, this is where we cut ourselves in. So now, because we can't get the music all over the country, they cut themselves in. Now, boom, they own hip hop. Okay, now they see they making money off the Queen Latifah and all that type of shit. But as it's catching, you can look at the behavior. The behavior correlates what you hear in the music. So the gang violence is going down. Self-destruction, we are the world, crack is whack. We got on that shit. The government distributes crack. So you can't have a movement in hip-hop that's telling you don't sell drugs and be positive. It's good money over here, but it's fucking up the cash over here. So the record industry execs got together with some white boys who had an idea. And they say, we want to create the private prison industry. Now, that take it away from, it ain't in the state hands no more. This is whoever got enough money and can buy the land can build a prison. Do you understand what that means? Whoever got enough money and can buy the land can build a prison. Now, in order to make this deal work, there's a catch. We're not going to invest in this. The record companies got the money, but we're not going to invest in this. We need some guarantees. Well, if you promote this right here and put all of your effort into promoting this right here, we can guarantee you a 90% incarceration rate. So you can't open up a private prison unless you can guarantee a 90% incarceration rate. Now, how the fuck can I do that? And then a group named Niggas with Attitudes was born. You see where this thing is headed? And so now, it was NWA's job to destroy Public Enemy and BDP. If you notice, as Eazy-E went this way, BDP, X-Clan, and all them went this way. And I know for a fact because I went with it. I was with Queen Latifah and UNITY and all that until I heard the kids at school listening to NWA. And just like that, it was over. Just like that, it was over. Because that wasn't cool no more. And then every group that came in got to give you the NWA vibe. So now fast forward to the rap game now. Every artist come in, the most gangster, with the most guns, and so what the next artist got to do? Got to be more gangster. The whole point, people say, I want to be a rapper. I'm trying to feed my family. trying to get out the hood. Then why y'all buy all those guns and still shooting people in broad daylight, having shootouts and all? The fuck is the point? So you really became a rapper to have a bigger playing field to commit crime. You didn't come to get away from the game. You want to participate harder. You want to be able to more effectively participate. If a person never did nothing but hustle in the streets and made it to the level where they was a big time dealer, but they could rap, and the rapping shit start to blow, are y'all really crazy enough to think that I'm gonna get rid of my 20-man crew of hitters that made me 100 racks a day? Rappers don't make that much. It looked good and the fame is there, but most rappers is broke. So ain't nobody finna let go of their whole street team and give up their block because they just signed for a couple $100,000 when I'm gonna make that this month anyway. So my point is, most people that are doing street shit when they become rappers continue to do street shit. Now, here's the problem. You think you like gangster rap because that's who you are. You think you like gold chains and thug shit and big butts and all of you think all of that shit is because I'm black and this is how we should know. You like gold chains, big butts, and acting ignorant and selling drugs and calling black women bitches and calling black men dumbass niggas. You like that because white people say you should. That's the only reason. The singular only reason why you behave exactly how you behave every single day in the hip-hop culture is because white folks said so. Don't got shit to do with black people. Ain't that weird? You think it do, but it don't. Now, here's the other weird thing. If the same white people, they gave us Bishop from Juice. Oh, you cooking tonight. You cooking tonight. Well, Mr. Black, we can always count on you to open the door for the general to walk through. Let's deal with that for a minute. Then we're going to get on Megan and Tory. But let's deal with that Tupac thing for a minute. So now, because you reminded me of somewhere I wanted to go tonight, and I was just about to forget and go into this. So let's wrap this thing up for a minute. Okay, so now, I said this once before. Excuse me. You go look at Tupac at 18 when he's at the Performing Arts School. He does an interview at 18 at the Performing Arts School. His mannerisms are extremely feminine. His vocabulary, extremely proper and borderline. He wasn't a very masculine young man. And I'm not judging him. He is what he was. But at the Performance Art School, at the age of 18, Tupac Shakur had a fucked up ass lining, dyeing his hair, all them little friendship bracelets that the white kids wear. Clearly was on cocaine because he kept fucking with his nose. College kids do coke, fine. But you were looking at a young man who, in my opinion, was extremely feminine and more than likely bisexual. And I have some of his college pictures to back up my theory. But we ain't doing that today. But I'm just saying. So now, my point is, 2 years later, you see him at one of them hip hop shows, like in the basement or some shit like that. And his dress code was starting to get there, but he wasn't quite the Tupac we know yet. He wasn't quite comfortable. So we saying about 3 years from the time of that performing arts interview, 3 years later, you had Strictly for My Niggas. Hat cock, thugged out, gang banging, 5-point star, vice lord, all this type of shit in 3 years. Now, I said all that to say this. A lot of us don't understand. You have image consultants in any form of entertainment. So a record company is not going to put you out if they don't like your look. The record company is going to tell you what sells and what doesn't. So look at Drake. I know everybody's seen that footage because it was circulating about a month ago of that little scene in Degrassi where he grabbed a little white boy butt and was checking him out. So he played a weird, funny-looking kid, and he was pinching butts and checking out white boy booties. And that guy became Mr. Hardcore Ladies Man. We've seen it time and time again. These image consultants will take you from here and put you over here. And now what happens, now let's go back to what Black Dave was saying. If you ever look at a couple actors, and athletes talk about this. Kobe talked about it in The Muse. Denzel Washington talked about it. Heath Ledger talked about it, where Kobe said he had to create a different personality that on the court didn't mesh with who he really was. So he created the Black Mamba. And the Black Mamba on the court will do your ass in. No. He created that character. So when I'm on the court, I don't got to think about your feelings. I go somewhere else. You got to deal with the Mamba. Ain't no Kobe Bryant today. He not home. Denzel, he got lost in that Training Day role. Heath Ledger, he got lost in that Joker role and really got fucked up. They say he got real fucked up off that Joker role. It's somewhere you got to put yourself. And that's what these artists do. They create these characters and they get lost in them. So like, if you sell your fans, I sag my pants, I rock these chains, I'm getting money, I'm this boss ass dude. It's too hard to be that guy, then leave and go be somebody else. Because who you was before, obviously you weren't comfortable or you wouldn't have created this character. So you're going to get lost in the character you created. Trust me, I did it. Guilty. Me. I had 2 influential people who curbed my thoughts of the streets. My granddaddy and his baby brother. My granddaddy was a drug dealer. His baby brother was a drug dealer / pimp. And so I remember seeing pictures of my uncle in fur coats, trench coats with gaiters and briefcases and shit like that. And that shit mesmerized me. And then my granddaddy just didn't play a fuck you up. So in my mind, I created both of them and put them together and said, this is who I was going to become. So, and then I got lost in that. And it was hard as fuck to get back out. What do you think a guy who made a couple $1 million off of this character does? He don't want to go back to the other person. Who the fuck is this other person? Don't even exist anymore. So hip hop is one of our mental health issues that we keep overlooking because we think mental health is all this other shit. And this goes back to why I said at the beginning of this whole thing, if you rocking with Megan or Marvin or whatever the fuck her name, his name, whatever the fuck, I don't know. This shit's confusing. Either way, if you rocking with Marvin, fuck you. And the reason why I said that is because we get so starstruck. Right? We don't pay attention to shit. And now, I hear people saying, this about the court case, this shit was bogus. It was a bro. This shit was not real, like everything else on this fucking planet. It never seems to amaze me how much bullshit they'll throw right in front of your fucking face. And like, I didn't care about this, so I never even looked into it. Y'all, my peace queen. When some caught my attention last week, I don't remember what it was, so I went down the rabbit hole and let's deal with it. So now, I had something ain't right, but I couldn't figure out the why. If you got, in order for me to come to y'all and tell y'all, fuck Megan, they set dude up, woo woo. I ain't into condemning people on surface shit, at least to what I consider surface. Some people might disagree, but I feel like I dig deep enough to draw a respectable conclusion when I look into shit. So the first thing I didn't like is, all bullshit aside, like, for a man to actually shoot a woman. Here's the one thing y'all didn't think about and nobody thought about logically. Before we go anywhere else, we got to deal with square one. Here's what y'all want us to believe. Y'all want us to believe that a man and a woman, both millionaires, supposed to be dating or fucking one of the two. They got into an argument in public in front of everybody. A man and a woman who are dating. What could a woman say to a millionaire rapper that would make him publicly shoot her? Don't give me none of your emotional dumbass ideologies. We got to be men and women when we dealing with these things. You got to think, what makes a man who earns a living, hear me when I say this, brother, this is career suicide. This man earns a living talking about how gangster he is. That's how he make his money. And so he's going to publicly shoot the #1 artist on the planet who happens to be his girl, he just gonna shoot her in the foot. Y'all live in a world where you can find a way to make some sense out of that shit. I don't. And I'm not gonna sit here and believe that there's any logic to it. So, if that don't make sense, then what we dealing with? We gotta put that to the side and deal with something else. Okay, so now we get to the good part, and we find out Megan and her best friend was arguing. The Kelsey chick. So now, wait a minute. What does, if just right there, everything just got fucked up? Y'all start doing all of this old mental gymnastics. No, my mind don't work like that. We gotta start at square one. So my first issue, if you gonna say Megan and Tori was arguing, she got out the car. This is what she said. She got out the car. She heard Tori yell, "Dance, bitch." And the next thing you know, she was shot in the foot. So what was you and Kelsey arguing about that made Tori shoot you? Because initially, we don't hear nothing about the argument with her and her partner. How does Tori get into this? Well, then they say, well, now, it get a little spicy because you say the best friend either was already fucking with Tori or had already stressed to her partner she wanted to. And then Megan sniped the action. Like homegirl tell you, like, girl, he cute, I want him. Next thing you know, she bobbing and weaving. So now they trying to paint the picture. It was a fight over Tori, and still doesn't explain if Megan and Kelsey are fighting each other over Tori, why does Tori shoot Megan? We still haven't got to that part. And this to me seems simple as fuck. Until Kelsey shows up to court and asks for immunity and they give it to her. Wait a minute. Immunity for what? It's cut and dry. Megan and Tori was arguing. Tori is such a weak, simple-minded ass black man that he couldn't think of no other resolve but to shoot the most popular black woman in America. That's what happened. Nothing else to talk about. So why do you need immunity? See, this shit starting to look a little weird to me. So now we got the bodyguard of Megan, who the day before a trial disappeared. Now, the only type of disappear where the feds can't find you ain't good. So we're going to have to see what happened with that. But these are all red flags. Like, they do shit that you see on movies, and they can't even get away with it in the movies. Like, that don't arouse no suspicion that right before trial, Megan Thee Stallion, who's the victim, you're the victim. So the victim's bodyguard disappeared. The victim. And the victim's best friend needs immunity. The victim. That shit don't make no sense. And then you get to the fucking, you get to a point where you say, wait a minute. Why is the judicial system even rocking with this circus shit? Let's take a look at the jury. 9 women. Come on, bro. Y'all gotta pay attention. It ain't gonna pay you. The jury, 9 women, huh? Nine women, 4 men. A popular woman. You got feminine groups vouching for her. And you got 9 women on the jury. Come on, bro. Oh, you know a fucking setup when you see one? Don't you know a fucking setup when you see one? Now, let's look at something else. You ain't put the Corey. Damn, I don't think he put the pictures in. Goodness gracious. I don't see him. I had some pictures for y'all too. Damn it. Okay, well, they the defense provided some pictures. And one of the pictures, you didn't get to put them up, did you? Remember, I was like, I got 6 pictures too. It was like only clips. I was like, I got 6 pictures too. I think we was probably looking for that thing. It ain't no way to get, it's too late to get them in now. So it's the Kelsey chick. They show the defense provide a picture of her, and one of the pictures from the back, you could see the shoulder strap broke off of her outfit. And then the other picture, she got scratches and blood on her. So they end up testifying that they got into a fight that night. See, ain't no, this is common sense shit. If me, why we not dealing with the fight that night? Why nobody's dealing with that? And y'all know initially, she said she got cut with some glass. Then she switched it and said she got shot. And Then she said she was walking to the front of the car and she got hit from the back. Well, she got hit from the back. With your back turned, how you know who shot you? And what she said was, I heard Tory Lanez say, dance, bitch. So that means I shot you. Your back turned, I say, dance, bitch. And that means What judge in America, what jury is hearing this shit and is saying, you know what, I think y'all gotta think about this. Their case wasn't good, is all I'm saying. Fuck who innocent or guilty. Their case was fucking trash. Don't worry about it. So if the case was trash, how did it fly? And how did we get here? What are we dealing with? What are we looking at? So if Megan was arguing with her best friend and it got heated, and we got the footage of them actually outside fighting. It wasn't just an argument, they got into a fight. So Megan Thee Stallion and her friend Kelsey was actually snatching weave off and boxing outside. Let me get this straight. Now, this adds another layer. So let's just say people saying he fucked with both of them, they found out, now they arguing. Okay. I got caught up. We arguing. Now I'm a shooter. They fist fighting. The old one and my new one. And my new one is richer and more popular and the #1 rapper in America. I'm going to side with my old flame and shoot him. We still haven't provided the #1 thing you always need in an assault case. Fucking motive. We don't do that shit no more. What's the reason for me shooting her? Now, here go the other piece. So check this out. Hold on. Let's do this. Let me go and cook up one time for you. Let me show y'all the real problem.
And I want artists to really pay attention to this. Mm-hmm. When I was with Interscope, let's say I didn't drop music for a solid year, a year and a half. Tory Lanez made sure that his streams were about 3 million streams, like with all the music, 3 million streams a day. Off 1 million streams, an artist gets $5,000 to $6,000 every Friday or every other Friday, right? So that means that when I wasn't dropping and I was at home, some label was sitting on their ass collecting $15,000 a day off of Tory Lanez music. If I'm popping and I'm making songs, I'm probably gonna do around like, let's call it 5 million streams. Let's just say that, just to make it easy, right? That means that someone's making $25,000 a day off of my music. So in 4 days, they made $100,000. Like, guys, let's do the numbers, guys. Like,
okay, So now, y'all understand what he just did? Watch this.
Oh, woo! Yes! 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 What? Yes, nigga. Yes, I know you see it. Yes. Y'all gotta understand what's going on right now. If you don't understand it, you don't understand it. That's cool. It's not on me. It's not on me. At the start of this, I told you, I'm not gonna beg you to make this fucking money. Yes, nigga. You know what's crazy? I sat there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I sat there and I wondered for a long time, yo, how am I get back, bro? How am I get back right? They took every single avenue away from me. They took the playlisting away from me. They took every single thing they could take away from me. And you know what I said, bro? I sat there. I said, you know what? This isn't on me. This isn't a me thing no more. This isn't a Tory versus the world. This isn't that. You know what I did? I immediately went to praying. I immediately went to straight praying. The first thing I prayed and I said, God, show me a way. Show me a way. Just show me how I can get through here. Show me a way. Show me something that's different. Show me when the world is standing against me, show me a different way. And I prayed, I kept praying. And God told me he was going to bless me 1,000 times over. To the point one day I'm praying my nigga. And one day I'm all praying and it gets to this standpoint where I'm like, yo, I'll just start, it's like God just starts speaking through me and he's telling me and I'm praying with my man E and I'm like, and God's speaking through me, he's just like, y'all are about to step into something that you can't even fathom the blessings of. Like you can't even fathom what this is about to be. You can't fathom what this is. And at the time I didn't understand it because you know they was blocking me in every kind of way. And for a second I said I'm not gonna question it. I'm just have my faith and I'm gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? And every time they try to stop me, I just kept praying. I just kept going. Y'all not understanding what's going on. Let me fully explain this to you. I told y'all, $1 for the NFTs, right? I sold these shits to my fans for $1. People came, some people bought 20, some people bought 5, some people bought 60. It doesn't matter how much you bought. It was only $1. You spent $60, you bought 60. I need y'all to understand. One of those copies right now is going for 50,000, 60,000, 60,000. Yo, my nigga, and these are sold. They're sold. Go look at the list right now and see how small the sellers list is getting. Y'all don't understand what the fuck is going on? Y'all don't understand I just cracked the fucking industry? Y'all don't understand I just cracked this shit? I just cracked this whole shit. It's cracked. It's over. I cracked the whole shit. It's over. It's over. No more middleman. All y'all artists out there, fuck your label. Fuck the nigga that's telling you, yo, you gotta wait for this day on Spotify and on this. Fuck that. Nigga, it's over. Y'all gonna get paid, and your fans gonna get paid, and they gonna keep coming to you. Why? Because y'all making money together. This the digital trap house. Welcome, niggas. You're fucking welcome. We here. You understand why I'm going so crazy? I can't believe I did this shit my fucking self. This may not make sense to niggas like y'all. Some of y'all niggas, it hasn't registered yet. It hasn't got there yet. It hasn't got there. Y'all niggas like, yo, why is he screaming? Come on. Understand. Look into it. Do your research, nigga. This is revolutionary, nigga. This is history in the fucking making. It's niggas right now. I think the lowest copy right now is going for 30,000. The lowest you can sell it for. Imagine a nigga who bought 5. Imagine a nigga who spent $5. Imagine a nigga who really spent $5, my nigga. He can make 500,000 selling them bitches for 100,000 right now, and niggas are buying it, nigga. Have you niggas ever sold an album for 100,000? Yo, come on.
Have you niggas ever sold an album for 100,000? Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Now look, that's what the problem with Tory Lanez is. Now this Like he just said, you niggas ain't even gonna get it. Like, bro just taught every independent artist how to become a millionaire without their record label. You heard him say, fuck the middleman. We don't need the middleman anymore. Think about what that means. The middleman is the white guy. You're the talent. What does he do? You're the talent. You're what people want. What he do is step in and curb it and send it his way through his chain. If a white guy never touched it, your music would still be good. So why do we need him? He just cracked the code. And I can't even say white guy. I take that back. The record labels. He said, fuck Spotify and all of them. If it's fuck Spotify, then it's fuck that shit Jay-Z got too. Tidal. He teaching you how to go straight to the bag without no help from the people who've been pimping rappers for the last 50 years. Over. No more. Game over. Come on, bro. Are you kidding me? What did Cat Williams get in trouble for? He told jokes that let us, the outsiders, know what really goes on the inside. What did Tory Lanez just do? He did a couple lives, and there's some more, that told us, the outsiders, what's going on the inside. You can't do that. See, y'all thinking this is something insignificant, but what if the next, like he literally, they literally could have woke up the next day with every single rapper talking about, man, fuck y'all, dog. I ain't doing it no more. Overnight, 1/3 of white America would crumble. Y'all don't understand how serious this is. Everything is about the economy and being backed. Do you understand that black music is an enormous part of the American economy? The way you become a superpower is you have to have something that you can sell to other countries. So rap is an American commodity. So before rap was able to go overseas, American artists struck deals that allowed them to go overseas and make money. That means a treaty was struck without you rappers knowing it. Otherwise, they would have just said, no, we not sending no rappers over there. And rappers would have never knew that you could go over there and get back. So what the United States, one of the United States commodity is basketball, black athleticism, football, black athleticism, rap music. That's a black art form. Now, these are two of the most influential things on the planet: football, basketball, and hip hop. Probably the three most influential things on the planet. All dominated by black men, all completely controlled by white men. You got to pay attention. It ain't going to pay you. So now just think about that. As a commodity, rap music. And so now Tory Lanez just cut that guy out and made it so if everybody had to listen to Tory Lanez a year ago, all of this death in hip hop, you wouldn't see. You wouldn't see it. Because how the hell you gonna make me sign a death clause when I'm not signing your contract? See, this is the part that we just have to understand. It's always something behind the scenes. So now let's take this thing deeper, because I'm finna close it, and knock it out the park. I've been letting it linger for a minute. Peace to the Queen Mother. Now I'm finna go and knock it out the park. So watch this. So now, you know, America is a place about classism and status. So now I'm going to teach you two things. One about classism and the other is about ego. Watch how this works. So now, Megan Thee Stallion, the number one rapper in America currently. And so, Tory Lanez has been blackballed for quite some time in the industry. Industry ain't really been fucking with him. And so he, after he got out of his contract, he went independent. And he been on a rampage for some years telling you how record companies fuck the artists and how independent is the way to go. So now, what he said in his rant, I just fucked the game up. I cut out the middleman. Boom. I told y'all niggas we finna get rich, right? Okay. Now, Megan Thee Stallion is the number one most intricate part of this machine that you're condemning. So why would a guy who says, fuck the industry, we ain't fucking with him, why would that guy go get the number one girl in the industry? So you want the woman, and you can have the woman, all while condemning who she is. So she's part of Rock Nation, which is a part of this machine that you saying, fuck that machine, we don't need it. She's their number one cash cow. It's only ego that makes me say, even though I don't give a fuck about the machine and I'm going to condemn the machine, and I'm going to bag the machine's number one girl just to really stun on her. Ego. If you're against the machine, you shouldn't want the number one chick sitting at the top of the machine. So now we have to ask ourselves, is it possible that these years of internet rants about fuck the machine decided to send Marvin? So this is how this thing works. You could start dating somebody at a chance encounter, random, and the entire time, Hove could have told, hey, you're going to be at that party tonight. I need you to boom, boom, boom. Now, I'm going to show you why I'm stretching like this, if anybody think it's a reach. When Kanye was at the beginning of his career, he had an incident where he snatched the trophy from old girl and embarrassed her in front of the world. As a result, he took a heavy beating in the tabloids and got persecuted for years. Both of them were at the beginning of their career. in the fraternity, when you new in the fraternity and you ain't got no status or nothing, and they do all kind of shit to mess with you, they call it hazing. It's like welcoming you into the fold. Okay, so now you got to look at Cat Williams. We talking about. He went to the top of the mountain. He fell hard. Next thing you know, they painted us a picture that he was a crackhead that stole his children. The same guy that was in furs and minks with all of these diamonds. In a 3-year time period, they took him to the top, then dropped him off the roof and had us thinking he was a crackhead who stole his children. The list goes on and on. I know you could just off the top of your head name 10 celebrities. Britney Spears cut her head bald and they stole her kids from her. Came out and still to this day, said her daddy robbed her for all her money. So what I'm saying is, they have to take you up. You have to get your public hazing. This was Megan's public hazing. Everybody turned on her. She suffered a moment of not being who she thought she was, and she sat in a space where they clearly showed her, you could wake up tomorrow and we'll take it all. Or here's how you get it back. Now for Tory, fuck out. I don't think the jail time is as relevant as the deportation. You can't, we're gonna give your ass the shine tree. You can't make no more money in this country. Get the fuck out. This is where the money at. Get out. See if you rock gold chains and all that shit over there. See, what Tory did by making his album an NFT, bro, y'all don't understand how that's gonna keep getting money and keep getting money and keep forever. That's an eternal bag. And he did it off a $1 rap CD. That shit was fucking brilliant. I don't know who gave his ass the idea, but that shit was brilliant. But he fucked up them people money by putting that information out there. Now, his bodyguard gave a statement a year ago. I don't know why this statement wasn't used in court, but his bodyguard gave a statement that said Kelsey and Megan got into an argument. They was fighting. After they got into the argument, Megan got out the car. Kelsey went for the motherfucking pistol, and Tory grabbed Kelsey's hand and they started arguing over the gun. And the gun accidentally went off, hit the concrete, and that's why it grazed Megan. This is what Tory security said. Now they got the footage of him right in the middle of the shit breaking it up. So he definitely was there. And that's the statement he gave. Why this shit wasn't used in court? And if it was, how does this not hold no weight or no validity? So what makes me able to go along with my theory is the fact that look at how horrible they treated the court proceedings. Like I said, 5 women jurors, and this is a case with a woman being assaulted. Bro, that's come on. This is a common sense moment right here. 9 women, that's lopsided. It's a woman who got assaulted. You go get 9 women. Whatever. So now, Tory also said when the shit first happened, he got either a text message or a phone call from Rock Nation that said, I heard you was about to give a statement about what happened. I advise you not to. And so he fall back, figuring like, you know, baby girl got a legal team, they gonna handle it, whatever the fuck. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And the next thing you know, he reading that he shot old girl. And so now, part of me, let's go back to this. Because I pay attention to everything. Let's go back to this for a second.
Oh, whoo, woo! Yes! 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 What? Yes, nigga. Yes, I know you see it. Yes. Y'all gotta understand what's going on right now. If you don't understand it, you don't understand it. That's cool. It's not on me. It's not on me. At the start of this, I told you, I'm not gonna beg you to make this fucking money. Yes, nigga. You know what's crazy? I sat there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I sat there and I wondered for a long time, yo, how am I get back, bro? How am I get back right? They took every single avenue away from me. They took the playlisting away from me. They took every single thing they could take away from me. And you know what I said, bro? I sat there. I said, you know what? This isn't on me. This isn't a me thing no more. This isn't a Tory versus the world. This isn't that.
Now, we know that the Skull and Bone references to Yale Skull and Bones, which is the #1 fraternity in America, and it's where probably 85% of your presidents and politicians come from. And it's where they breed a lot of your future Masons and secret society members. And you notice that all of these athletes and these high up politicians, they all tell you they was frat boys. The frat is baby secret society. Is priming you for what's to come. So they run you through the frat in college to see what's to it, God. They run you through the frat in college so they can see, filter you in to where they're gonna have you go as far as like Masonic order or whatever the case may be. But they can get a good feel for who you are through the college fraternities. So that's why college, if you were alumni from a college fraternity, you get that shit on your place, and at 65, you still can get perks. 65 years old, motherfuckers still get some perks from the frat. I had motherfuckers still throwing up Q dogs. Motherfucker be 70 years old. Talking about, ooh, sit your old ass down, you're gonna crack your back. So it's always as the general says, it's always more to the story. So now, so we can wrap this thing up and get on up out of here. I feel like they sent Megan at him in the first place. It's my opinion. I feel like Megan was sent to him in the first place. The way they do is pull strings without everybody knowing who's doing what. So like, you won't know the whole play. Megan don't know this is gonna end with her getting shot. And then I didn't really find out the Kris Jenner was in here somewhere. Now, I read something. I'm freestyling because we didn't get the clips up. So it was something. I had a clip where Kris Jenner, what they said, Kris Jenner told Megan Thee Stallion to get the fuck out the car. So now that's another dynamic, because anytime Not Kris Jenner. Who the fuck I'm talking about? The Kardashian. Where the fuck? Anytime the goddamn Kardashians involved, shit ain't right. So I don't know if he's supposed to be messing with that chick. Was Tory goddamn it having his moment. He was all I mean, like shit, it's not a problem if he was rocking with all three of them. Hey, I definitely ain't nobody that complain about that. He could have been rocking with all three of them and shit went sideways. But I know anytime them damn Jenners involved, something wicked finna happen. The Kardashian, where the fuck these people is. So I don't know about that aspect. I ain't had time to look into it. So I just say this. I feel like this was two things. Hayes, Megan, get rid of Corey. And I think Megan's friend is in on it some kind of way. They definitely set this brother up. Megan Thee Stallion got on off this shit. Saved her career. Or Marvin, whatever the fuck his name is. Tory is a sacrificial lamb. He gave away too much game. He shows you how to beat the system. And when they show you how to beat the system, these people are going to deal with you if you're at a high enough level. The reason why I could talk all of this shit, because don't nobody know me. So I'm trying to talk enough shit for them to get to know me. And then as soon as they get to know me, we just going to shut the fuck up and start making the money move. But right now, I might well tell y'all everything. As soon as that bag come, we're going to be real scarce with these lessons. And y'all going to have to goddamn it tap in on the low to get this info. I'm getting it away for free now just because. Out in the open, willy-nilly, just because. But once we really start popping, which is what I'm going to focus on this year. Last year, I focused on a couple of things that I shouldn't. So we switching gears this year. Already, since I made that decision, things been looking up. So I can only anticipate it to continue to do so. With that being said, Tuesday, we back with the first episode of Misinformation Nation, and it's called Blue Pill Paradise. Woo, we're going to talk about y'all coming into 2023, stuck on that blue pill. Y'all like Neo over the sink with a ball of the blue pills and don't know what to do with them. And we're going to get heavy. I want to deal with some, with a lot. Andrew Tate, the dude slapping the shit out of his wife. What's the white boy name? Dana. We're going to deal with Skip and Shannon. We're going to deal with why all of these celebrities be having black eyes. We're going to get it popping Tuesday, baby. It's going to be cooking. But now, either way it go, bottom line this thing, they set Tory up. And you could, just one more thing I wanted to show y'all. This is our problem right here. I said this before. Look at what he doing.
Oh, woo! Yes! 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 What? Yes, nigga. Yes, I know you see it. Yes. Y'all gotta understand what's going on right now. If you don't understand it, you don't understand it. That's cool. It's not on me. It's not on me. At the start of this, I told you, I'm not gonna beg you to make this fucking money. Yes, nigga. You know what's crazy? I sat there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I sat there and I wondered for a long time, yo, how am I get back, bro?
Why does he need to put his jewelry on? See, like I said, it's a mind frame. To us, wealth is what you could physically see. To them, it's what you can physically do. It don't have to be seen. It just has to get done. So when you know most of the people who got what you got not watching you because they don't give a fuck. Maybe a couple people who vibing with you that's celebrities. But the brunt of who's watching you on YouTube is people who can't afford this shit. So this is a statement you make. This is psychological warfare you're doing when you show poor people all your jewelry. Because instantly we develop that, oh, look what he got. And so indirectly, what you teaching your little young black men is, you said some fly shit over here, but what you visually doing is teaching them that this shit that I'm putting on really means something. As long as we keep sending these fucked up ass mixed messages to our loved ones and our children and putting the energy out to the world, we're going to continue to see a revolving door of murder, hate, and just psychological fucked upness. Like y'all love to tell me, mental health is real. Okay, well, start looking at the accurate aspects of mental health. Because mental health don't start when you do something stupid at school or around the crib. Mental health starts when you get in your car and you turn on the horrible ass hip hop songs. Mental health starts when you cleaning the house with rap music playing in the background and your children running around singing the lyrics too low so you can't hear the cussing part that they know and you think they don't. Mental health is walking around your children half-ass naked and say stupid shit like, I'm grown, I wear what I want, be a child, don't worry about it. But you're literally walking around your teenage boy or girl with pants so tight that your ass hanging out. You got to understand, directly or indirectly, you still teaching. So if I, as a man, keep coming in the house portraying a certain type of energy, even if I don't say nothing to my child, I'm still teaching them. So if my child repeatedly hear me disrespect his mother, it would be irrelevant for me to teach him be good to women. Because even though I say that indirectly, he see I'm not being good to women. So you can't teach your young man like this how you be a young man, but you're not showing him a woman. If I came up as a man in the streets doing gang shit and street shit, the last thing I want is that for my children. So don't play the fucking music around them and don't promote the dumbass lifestyle. If I see one more picture with you black men I'm finna deal with that in 1 second, God. I got you. But if I see one more black man posting they son in an outfit talking about, look how my son dripping, and then I look at him and he look like a little fucking gang member, little drug dealer, the fuck out of here with that shit, bro. Now, to what you said, God, you know, us being draped in gold, kings and queens, etc. If you truly have it, do what you want to do. Most of us don't truly have it. If you don't have a business that you own, you should not have a business worth of jewelry around your neck. You should not have a custom-made car with the bucket seats and the lights and the banger and all that shit, and you don't have a black business to pass to your children. That's ass backwards. Now, if you've established your business, you've established how to move, and your bag is good, and you decide I want some jewelry, do so. That's fine. Just move with a purpose. So if I say I'm going to get out the streets and I ain't living like that, but I get comfortable enough where I could afford some jewelry, I'm going to keep in mind that I want the type of jewelry that supports the type of man I plan to be. So if I'm not finna be a rapper or a hip hopper, I don't need big ass gold chains with big medallions. That's not what I need. So if I decide I'm well enough, I'll rock some jewelry. I'll give me a nice little gold piece, a nice little ring, something that's nice, grown man status. But I don't want to give off a certain energy that goes against the man that I'm trying to become. And it's just that simple. We'll sit out with, well, that's probably why Tory Lanez put his on. Tory Lanez, I get what you're saying, God, but dig what I'm saying. Tory Lanez is a public figure. I understand that the bulk of who I'm entertaining. Now, I could see if he had it on already. What I'm saying is he put the jury on for the sake of the video. There's a psychological aspect where he's trying to captivate and capture us mentally with that. He finna talk about some money. This is all psychological. I'm finna talk about some money, so I'm gonna put the jury on and show you some. And what I'm saying is he's welcome to do that, but he's not taking into consideration the 16-year-old fan that like Tory Lanez that's not gonna really understand what's happening. That's more so what I'm speaking to, God. So you ain't wrong about nothing what you're saying. I'm just trying to get us to the other side to where we can make it make more sense in the long haul. I want it to make more sense in the long haul. I want it to be like, if I am Tory Lanez and I just cracked the code to show, see, the jury and all that shit is for a hungry nigga on the come up. But once I just figured out how to make $1 million in a couple weeks, I don't even got to do that no more. I crossed the threshold. The flash is for trying to get there. Once I'm there, I got to reevaluate how I think and how I move. Now watch this. Let's take the Tory Lanez that I'm suggesting. Because the Tory Lanez that I'm suggesting would have thought this out. I just came up with a way to cut these white boys out millions of dollars. The last thing I'm finna do is put on $1 million worth, $250,000 worth of jewelry, and then get on the camera and say, aha, crackers, I beat you. So it only takes 1 or 2 moves where it's not well thought out, and bam, I'm facing 22 years in deportation. Because I could have made that same move and not told nobody. I could have made that same move, NFT, $1 million, because I know the industry ain't been fucking with me. They've been blackballing me. They always shooting shots at me. The industry don't fuck with me. So what I do, I know the industry don't fuck with me. I make $1 million without the industry. I throw on $250,000 worth of jewelry and tell the industry, aha, fuck you. And then right after that, I go get the baddest chick in the industry and say, hey, I got your chick too. I don't need y'all. I'm getting money and I got y'all chick. How could I think that there's no repercussions to my behavior? If I don't have the foresight to see that, then I'm a dangerous man to be in front of a camera motivating young black men. Because my motivation is half cocked, and a half cocked pistol don't shoot shit. So we got to just think these things out a little bit. When I made that kind of money, and I sit down, and I have a problem with this too. Frequently, for street guys, when we hit a big lick, our first move is something we had thought about before we knew we was going to hit the lick. So we had already in the back of our mind, if I had this certain amount of money, I'll move like this. And then that lick come, and without evaluating your new status, you immediately go to the back of your mind and move how you said you would have moved if you had it. But anytime, brothers and sisters, you hit a big lick and get you a nice sum of money, the first thing you should do for the next 24 hours is nothing. Don't do nothing. Hit a big lick for a nice sum of money. Don't go outside that day at all. Don't go nowhere, tell nobody nothing. Sit your ass in the house for the next 24 to 48 hours and make sense out the money. You'll thank me later. Because when we get big sums of money, we already got these ideals. Soon as the money comes, we move with the ideals that we already had. Instead of saying, wait a minute, what make the most sense right now? Even though I said when I got this, I was going to do that. Now that I got this, is that over there really the right thing to do? And a lot of times we don't go that far with it. So for Tory, there's a piece of me that thinks he played with the industry a little bit. And they don't like the way he was moving, so they gave him a spanking. When they sideline you, they expect you to take the sidelining and wait till they take you off punishment. Every artist who I could think of who got sidelined and found a way to move around them got slam dunked. So I think Tory got set up by Marvin, Bigfoot ass. Is what video new got? I think Tory got set up by Marvin Bigfoot ass. I think somewhere in the background is the nappy head ass Joe the Camel ass Jay-Z, Mr. Puppet Master, sitting on a stand with a face mask on, looking like a sick ass med patient. Motherfucker look like he escaped from a rich insane asylum. That goddamn face mask on, boy, you look about weird as shit. You looking like the Black Norman Bates. Fuck Jay-Z. I don't like nothing about him. Is the Tory Lanez video new? The ones I played was I think from like a year ago and then a little bit further. So he been for the last couple of years, he been talking against the industry and not fucking with them. So everything he been doing off an independent budget, and he been killing. He went up against a couple of industry guys and spanked them. So like it's when you're a go-getter like that and you ain't on their team, it's always gonna be a problem. So, you know, with that being said, fuck Bigfoot Marvin and anybody that roll with her, and fuck her friend who asked for immunity after she shot her, and fuck Tory Lanez's lawyer because he probably was on the take too. The only person I ain't saying fuck you in this story is Tory Lanez's daddy, because that's probably the coolest black man we done seen in a long time. Out front, fight for his son, cussing Jay-Z bitch ass out. So, you know, this just one of those things where I just tell y'all all the time, the industry is a sick, wicked vehicle. And let's just look at the bottom line. A man got put out of the industry. He went to his personal God and found solace and said, hey, how can I get about this? And through his prayer, comprehension, whatever he did, he came up with a way to get up out of the jam that they had him in without needing him. And so for a man who you say, fuck you, we don't want you, and then I go outside and I make my own way, and then you find out I make my own way, and you take that from me because I did it without you. But you kicked me out. So this is the equivalent of a parent kicking you out of the house, expecting you to fail. Find out you doing well and call the cops on you. The industry is a sick, wicked machine. And He suffered from ego, which most men chasing power have, and being a good hustler, from what I can see. As far as Marvin, fuck her. And I hope her big ass foot fall off one day. She probably wear a size 13 or some shit. See, Tori, that's what you should have seen them big ass feet and been like, your feet too big, baby. So I don't know. That's that with that. I think they set him up, and I think they did it because he was getting way too much money without the industry, and that's some shit they don't allow. So when it's all said and done, trust you, love you, and most things will start to work out. That's just that. And the last thing I want to say before I get out of here is, Marvin, fuck your Bigfoot ass. Knowledge is the only real power. Information is the only real currency. I love y'all. I'm gone.